The Blues Brothers, we are the Eleuthera Blues Brothers. That's our truck there, and we're trying to get the old band back together. He plays the harmonica.
Oh, last night and night.
When the sun goes down, you gotta stop at Cush's. Get some of that fine food and see Dr. Seabreeze. He'll administer you a dose of lyrical medicine, his own cure for the blues.
And she won't get off the floor. Yeah.
We starting the trip out today from Hatchet Bay. We'll set a broad reach along the coast of Eleuthera on the western side to Governor's Harbor. We're going to have a light breeze today on the lee side of the island, and that'll give Steve and Mimi a chance to get their sea legs. We're going to take the dinghy in the Governor's Harbor and see the celebration they're going to have for a race boat they just built. She's named Cupid. What a sweet little boat she is.
I wish to congratulate all those involved.
The boat will be sailed in the famous National Family Island Regatta.
I'm overexcited because it'll be my first time sailing on Cupid, and it'll be my first time going to Exometer Regatta.
Songs to the dedication of the boat are a prelude to the launch. And finally, Cupid takes her place in the sea.
Down in Governor's Harbor, we happened to stumble upon an art show, which was great. To be able to talk to some of the local artists, their whole way they do their art is just beautiful, real vivid colors, bright, acrylic paint, I believe.
The next morning, we set a course for Current Cut, near the northern end of Eleuthera. Navigation through the cut between Eleuthera and Current Island is a little tricky, but the cut is narrow, and sand and silt has built up on the bay side, creating hazards in the shallow spots. Coming through here, it's pretty narrow, but they seem to have complete confidence in their skipper.
I think the skipper leaves you with a sense of security, someone who knows the waters, someone who's familiar with some of the problems that can come up. It gives you that well-being that you don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
We lucked out with Mr. Papy. He's totally personable and knows the area, and that's really important to be with somebody who knows what they're doing and knows where they're going.
Steve stands on the bow with ease through Current Cut. The distance between the shores can be measured in inches, but the passage of slack tide is no trouble.
I really enjoyed sitting up in the bow of the boat and watching the waves and looking at the water, and feeling the breeze come through your hair and feel the sunshine on your back. I really enjoyed that.
Ah, yes, chartering in the Bahamas. The beauty of a deserted white sand beach inspires Steve and Mimi to stop for a quick swim.
We had stopped by one of these remote beaches, and we had the whole entire beach to ourselves. We're from New York City, and we have to deal with about 30 million people every day, so that was a really neat experience.
Cool down and refresh. Steve's up on the bow, cutting a fine figure as we head into Spanish Wells. Wednesday afternoon in Spanish Wells, all the stores are closed, especially in the winter and the fall. The men are away for weeks at a time while they haul in huge amounts of lobster and crawfish, the local staple. We dock here at Spanish Wells in Yacht Haven, and we're going to tie up our pretty little boat and go downtown and do some shopping. Yacht Haven is just a short walk for anywhere you want to go in Spanish Wells. The name Spanish Wells comes from the Spanish who came here over 300 years ago and found the local well water to be the sweetest in the Bahamas.
Hello.
The next morning, we hired a local harbor pilot.
You all going to Harbor Island? Yeah. Well, I'm your pilot.
You need a pilot to travel the very dangerous waters near the reefs when you're traveling from Spanish Wells over to Harbor Island. And he's a native that's been here for his whole entire life, and he had all sorts of sayings and jokes, and he kept us holding our sides in laughter the whole trip that he was with us.
Looking good.
Heading out from Spanish Wells, we sailed to Dunmoretown on Harbor Island, taking the ocean route on the Atlantic side of Eleuthera.
Now when you get up here, it's called Ridley Head.
Leaving the harbor area, we must negotiate Ridley Head and the extensive reef of the Devil's Backbone. These are tricky waters and make having a harbor pilot on board a lot more comfortable navigating here. In 1678, the original settlers shipwrecked on the Devil's Backbone. After they shipwrecked, they survived in the caves for 2 years.
My forefathers told me that their fathers came from Scotland, England, and Wales. They left in a ship and came to Bermuda. They didn't like it, so they left. It was 167 people. They came down looking for the New World. When they got off here, north of Eleuthera, they shipwrecked. And they came ashore here, and after they stayed for 2 years, 56 came to Spanish Wells, and 100 rest of them came to Harbor Island.
After clearing the reefs, Broadshed, our good friend, unties the dinghy and heads for home.
Bye, y'all. Y'all come back now, yeah?
There's Mimi on the bow, looking out for the coral heads as we come into Dunmoretown. We tie up at our slip at Valentine's Resort, the place for recreational opportunities at Harbor Island. The staff at Valentine's is more than accommodating, and occasionally providing an impromptu entertainment.
Guess where it's at? Where you gonna go next year? Come to Harbor Island. Come and visit me. I'm Joe. Where you gonna go? Come to Harbor Island. Harbor Island, beautiful place in the Bahamas. Come on down now.
Wasting no time at all, Steve and Mimi rent a couple of bicycles for a tour of the local landscape.
I really enjoyed that because it gives you an opportunity to see the island in a different way. You can see a larger part of it than you would walking, but also it gives you the flexibility to stop along the way and kind of see the different stores and locations and the scenic views.
As far as the shopping goes, quite a wide variety as far as local crafts and jewelry and special t-shirts. Picked up a real pretty stone necklace for my mom and a neat straw hat for my dad and a lot of nice souvenirs you can pick up for all those unlucky people that had to stay at home.
By late afternoon, Steve and Mimi arrive at the Remora Bay Club, another great resort on Harbor Island. After introducing themselves to the fine feathered ambassadors, they take a stroll through the beautiful grounds and find a nice table for two at the edge of the sea on a beautiful, balmy, tropical evening. Steve says these islands are perfect for romance.
Particularly in the evening, looking at the sky and the stars, and the moon is shimmering off the water. It was fantastic, very romantic.
Another beautiful day. We're heading up to Valentine's.